What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero. Welcome back to Let's Play 999 Blind. In the last episode, I got really frustrated with a particular puzzle that, well, I still don't know the answer to. For those of you that don't know, I sometimes tend to record in batches, and I have not seen the comments to the previous episode prior to recording this one, so I'm still in the dark. I didn't look up anything on it because obviously I want to avoid spoilers. However, after the episode finished up, I was still so confused, and I obviously found the solution screen, so I was like, alright, I'm going to take a good look at the instructions, I'm going to take a good look at that solution screen, and I still have no idea what it was aiming for. I think it was like adjust the switches till the blocks on top, to match the blocks on top. I think those were the instructions. And in the final solution, I saw literally nothing matching between any of the blocks, and so I'm still very confused. And maybe there's something else in the room I'm supposed to find first, but regardless, going to do my best to move on and just continue with whatever else we've got. So, let's see here. Can we take a look at what's under here? What's wrong, Junpei? What are you doing on the floor? Well, I thought maybe if I got down here I could see through the glass. It's not working, though. You don't think it's just a large sheet of glass they put into an indentation? I don't know, I mean, why would they do that? And the placement of the chair. You're not making sense, Junpei. What's your point? Well, I'm not sure, but don't you think there's something under the glass? Yeah, that's what I would think so as well. Also, like, given that they're almost like crosshairs in front of the chair, it's very concerning. Maybe the glass is one way, like they have in police stations, or, you know, maybe, or it's just covered with something that makes it opaque. Nah, doesn't matter how close I get, I still can't see anything. Echoes when I knock on it, though. That was what I was going to say. Can you hear anything underneath? I wonder if it's hollow. I'm trying to look at the specific framework, but man, you ain't going to give up on that thing, are you? You know we don't got time for that. Come on. That's why I want to take a good look at it. Think about all the other rooms we've gone through. You never know where you might find a puzzle, you know? We got to be suspicious of everything. What? Why on earth are you putting your ear on the floor? It's filthy. Huh, that's weird. I think I can hear water down there. Okay, maybe some means of conduction or something like that. Alright, well, I think we've exhausted all the dialogue there. Let's take a look at these levers and switches. Red, yellow. You think the colors mean something? Probably. No idea. I mean, red looks more dangerous, but other than that, the bottom of this one looks like it's covered in rust. I don't think it'll move at all. These levers have got to turn something on. Of course they would. All they can do is turn something on or off. What's important is what they turn on or off. Don't say the floor is going to suddenly open up. That would be possible, but definitely unfortunate. There are a bunch of buttons here with letters A through F on them. I wonder if they do anything. Down you go. Wow. So if I press it again, back you come. I guess these buttons switch something on or off when you push them. Okay. The needle on the gauge is at 0. It doesn't look like it's going to move. Okay, what about these dials? All the dials are pointing in different directions. Maybe something will happen if we turn them. Ha! Shoot. They're all rusted. I guess turning them doesn't really do anything. What about these guys over here? There are a ton of knobs over here. Doesn't seem like any of them do anything, though. Do you think it's broken? Alright, well... So, I don't think I have anything to work off of here with the different buttons yet. I'd imagine I have to... Yeah, it feels like it's got some movement to it. I should be able to pull this one. Oh, interesting. Alright, let's pull the lever. Is that water? What the heck? What's going on? Will you calm down? It's just water going somewhere. Yeah, but where is the real question? It sounds like it's underneath us. That means the floor... Oh! Junpei, look! What's she... Oh, darn! I can see through the glass now. Did we just wash up the dirty glass or something? Also, did I just unintentionally get this letter combination correct? Probably shouldn't mess with that anymore. You never know what might happen. I think I did. That was just to see, oh, we can hit the buttons and then we can try and pull the lever. I swear, I think that just happened as a coincidence. So it says EDFB. And is that a shark? There are a couple letters in the color of blood written on the shark's belly. It's dead. It looks like the letters are E, D, B, and F. Whatever these are for has to be in this room somewhere. Okay, I don't think it had to, it was E, D, F, and B. What? There's a strange noise coming from the chair. It looks like it's been turned on. I guess the puzzle here was that the power had to be sent in a specific way. Well, I guess I might as well try. Let's give it a shot. Nope, no dice. This thing isn't going anywhere. Alright. Oh, give me that. You just ain't man enough. in before he pulls off the lever. Sure, pal, you give it a shot. Let's see just how much more of a man you are. Ugh. Seven's giving his best effort. Hey, you're going to break it. Seven's panting. Man, that thing ain't going anywhere. Alright, well, the chair is working. That's probably not a good thing. The manacles are still locked in place. They've got a sun symbol engraved on them. Okay. So I don't think there's a whole lot more we should be looking at over there. Let's see what's up here. It looks like this catwalk goes across about half the room. I think it's made like that so you can get around without standing on the floor. Interesting. What's this over here? Anything inside? I thought there was a hole here, but I guess it's got a cover over it. You aren't going to be able to get that off. It's bolted on there pretty good. Maybe there's something around here we can use to get that thing off of there. Can you see anything in there? If you can't see anything, I don't really think we need to bother with trying to open it. It's too dark to see anything. Huh? Did I see something shiny in there? Ooh, shiny? For those of you that have seen my VVV Let's Play, you know I gotta get in there now. The L-shaped pipe and the straight one are both connected to this tank thing. They're pretty big pipes, but that tank is even bigger. Yeah, I wonder what exactly is going on. Is this the... So, it's obviously connected to these little levers, that little lever console over there. Maybe it delivers water or something? Hey, this pipe is going to be that thing over in the corner. I imagine there are electrical wires running through that pipe to the device. Maybe. What about these pipes up here? There are a bunch of pipes up near the ceiling. I don't think there's going to be a puzzle up there. At least I hope not. We can't even reach them. Oh, Junpei. Of course the entrance is locked. It's been like that in every room we've been in. What'd you expect? There's no point trying to go back. Let's just think about going forward, alright? How forward-thinking of you, Lotus. When you look at it from here, the catwalk looks pretty high up. That makes the stairs pretty steep. We'd better be careful going up and down them. Alright, I'll be careful. What do we have going on over here? Can we take a look at some of these tools? There are a number of ominous looking tools and instruments here. Let's see, we've got an adze, and hammer, a pair of forceps, and these other things are too old and broken. I have no idea what these are. Hey, doesn't this wrench look way too new to be here with all this other stuff? Yes, it does. I didn't notice it before you mentioned it, but it's not rusty at all. Interesting. Well, we'll take that off your hands and use that to see in that tank. Torture tools that are rusty. I don't think there's anything else here we need. Thank you very much, Seven, for giving us the okay to leave the area. And the cover's bolted on pretty good. Should be able to get those bolts off with this wrench we just found, though. And what do we got inside? Sweet, it's open. The hole's too small. You can't see in, even with the cover off. Well, you can't see in, but I think there's enough room to stick your arm in. I was gonna say, that doesn't look like too small of a hole there, right? Like, and there's a lot of ambient light in the room. You should be able to get a decent look inside. Are you sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Okay, I admit, that scares me a little, but we need to see if there's anything useful in there. Honestly, I think what might be the best idea is to grab some of the blanket and wrap that around your arm before reaching in there. It would potentially give you a little bit of an extra sense that you're, bumping into something or about to touch something before actually contacting with your skin. Should you, encounter something rough, sharp, I don't know, maybe get potentially electrocuted or something like that. So I would recommend doing that first, personally. However, I don't think we're going to have that luxury. All right, here we go. Arm into the hole. Hey, I think I can feel something. It's small, cold, and hard. Doesn't feel like there's anything else in here. Alright, let's see what this thing is. Sun key. Alright. And that should unlock the, what are they called, manacles again? The sun key should fit in the keyhole on these manacles. Alright, sun key, in you go. And yes! Great, they're open. I don't think we're going to need the sun key again in here, though. Just seems unlikely. Alright, sun key, you've done your job. Into my pocket with you. Alright, then I think we're good, right? I don't think examining the chair is going to cause that machine to do anything. I should probably take a look at the monitor instead. The restraining device is unlocked. Please seat subject and device. The message on the screen was disturbingly detached. Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it.
こんなところでスリムな体が役に立つとは皮肉なものね。
Lotus says, how ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful. Lotus, are you sure? I can sit in it, and you can solve...
そうだぜ。もし失敗でもしたら。
Junpei's right, if we screw it up. Seven couldn't bring himself to finish the thought. His eyes fell to the floor. Is he gonna be like, we wouldn't want to ruin that slim, beautiful body of yours? Lotus is in such the contrary to what we've seen him jest with her in the past. Or is he gonna say, oh, we could afford to lose Junpei more than we could afford to lose you, Lotus? What a comment. Junpei followed them. Beneath them was the dead shark, floating underneath the glass. Perhaps had been killed by an electric shock.
平気よ。たとえ落ちたとしても、サメはもう死んでるじゃない。
I'll be fine. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead. Although we don't really know why the shark is dead. They theorize that it might be an electric shock. However, what's to say that you're not going to fall into water that's, got electric current running through it? Also, why is it green? It's probably just from the window, but it makes it look like it's poison or something like that.
だけど。
But
決断が鈍い男はかっこ悪いわよ。アドバイスはそこからでもできるわ。
No one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair too, you
こ
know.
んな部屋に長居したくないし。さっさとモニターの前につきなさい。
I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go to that screen and let's get this over with. Alright. After her words that made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she turned and walked toward the chair without hesitation. Moment of truth, I guess. But she did not sit down. Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook.
ねえ、最後に一つだけ聞いてもらえる？
Look, do you think you could do me one last favor? No, don't tell me this is not going to be the last we see of Lotus.
最後とか言うなよ。
Don't say last.
でもね。
You're making me nervous.
いいから聞いて。
Just listen.
もしも私の身に何かあったら、娘たちにこう伝えてほしいの。
If something happens to me, I want you to tell my
お
daughters.
母さんはあなたたちのことを愛してた。
Tell them that I love them very much. Oh, Lotus! Lotus, don't do this to me!
ずっと愛してるって。
No. Tell them that I will always love them.
娘たち？
Daughters?
お前、子供がいるのか？
You've got kids?
ちょうど淳平くんと同じぐらいの年齢かしら。
Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei.
双子でね。いろいろあって若い頃に産んだの。
They're twins. I had them when I was young, after some things happened. Interesting. I'm curious to hear about this past.
ノナと、それからもう一人は。
Whoa! Their names are Nona, and we're either going to get Aoi or Light, and it's going to be the kids that were in the Nonary game 9 years ago. What? What's also kind of weird, though, actually, no. If they're around Junpei's age now... Also, you could definitely tell from her body language. I think something that they did really well is show that she's really not too comfortable with revealing all this information, but it's important enough to her that this information gets revealed for the sake of conveying, a message that she really cares about getting across.
待て、ノナ。
Wait, Nona? Junpei's words shot out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story Seven had told him. Junpei, you gotta stay quiet. You gotta stay quiet, man. Aoi, Light, and
実験
Nona.
の被験者となった子供たちの名前だ。
Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were there in the experiment, I mean.
何よ。突然大声上げたりして。
Whoa, what the heck? What's wrong with you? Lotus took a step back from Junpei. Seven looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly, as if he weren't sure if he was completely
まさ
awake.
かとは思うが。
No way. It couldn't.
お前の本当の名字は
Lotus.
柏原じゃねえよな。
Whoa, Lotus, is your last name Kashiwabara? Lotus's eyes went wide.
なんで知ってんのよ。
How do you know that?
おいおいおいおい、マジかよ。
What?
一体どういうことだ。
Are you serious? What the heck is this?
ヤシロがあの子の母親だったとは。
There's no way you're that kid's mom.
あの子って何？
That kid? What do you mean that
まる
kid?
で会ったことがあるような口ぶりじゃない。
Why are you acting like you've met her? Seven's brow furrowed.
あるんだよ。
I have. What?
だからあるんだ。お
Yeah,
前の娘のうちの一人に会ったことが。
I I met one of your kids. When?
今から9年前に
9 years
ど
ago.
こで
Where?
この船の中で
On this ship.
どうして
Why were you...
話せば長くなる
It's not a short
長く
story.
なったって構わないわ。聞かせて。一体何があったっていうの？
I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please. What happened here?
分かったよ話そう
Fine, I'll tell you. Seven glanced at Junpei, then turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before, every detail.
俺は
I'm...
だったんだが
But...
そして
And
だ
then...
がその時
That was when...
それから
I appreciate this a lot. From
どうや
there,
らそこは
it looked like...
まるで
Just as
そ
if...
して
Finally... I appreciate the abbreviated version.
俺が体験したことの全てだ
That's all I remember from 9 years ago. At last, Seven finished. Lotus shook her head.
そんな。
Oh my god.
私が9年もの間探し求めていた情報。
Everything I've been looking for the last 9
それを
years.
知ってる人間がこんなにも近くにいたなんて。
The person who had all the answers was right here.
探し求めていた
Looking for...
そうよ。娘たちは確かに9年前に行方不明になった。
Yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters
だ
disappeared.
から9日経って私のところに戻っては来たんだけど、
Then, 9 days later, they came back.
その9日間に何があったのかは全く教えてくれなくて。
They never told me what had happened to them over those 9
精密
days.
検査の結果、乱暴をされたわけじゃないってことだけは分かってた。
I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any
それ
way.
でも何か恐ろしいことを経験してきたことは確かで、
Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible.
だからこそ深く追求することはできなかったの。
So I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about
そ
it.
んなことをしたら思い出させてしまうことになるでしょ。
If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through.
そっとしておいてあげるしかなかったのよ。
I didn't have any choice. I had to try and ignore it and move on.
それから1ヶ月が経ち、2ヶ月が経ち、
A few months passed.
次第に娘たちはいつもの様子を取り戻していったわ。
Huh? Gradually, they started to act like they always had before they
明る
disappeared.
い笑顔を見せるようになって、冗談を言ったり、おどけてみせたり。
They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids
も
do.
うそうなってしまうと、なおさら何も聞けなくて。
It got harder and harder for me to ask them about what happened. How could I ask them to remember
確
that?
かその件について触れるのはタブーになってしまったの。
Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it.
だけど、それでも気になるじゃない？母親としては。
But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children.
だから私は独自に調査を始めることにしたのよ。
So I decided I would investigate what happened on my own.
その空白の9日間に何があったのか、それを突き止めるために。
I would find out what happened during those 9 missing days.
それで何か分かったのか
What did you find out?
何も。
Nothing.
警察は捜査をしているふりをしながら、ほとんどまともに動いてくれなかったし、
The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything.
マスコミも16人の子供たちが戻ってきてからは、
Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just...
まるでうやむやにするかのように、事件については一切報道しなくなってしまって。
Even the media didn't talk about what had happened.
多分どこかの組織から圧力がかかったんだと思うわ。
I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouth
ク
shut.
レイドル製薬の
Cradle
いや
Pharmaceuticals.
それよりももっと上にある組織からの圧力だろうな
No, probably something even bigger than
レイ
that.
ドル製薬か。
Cradle
何か
Pharmaceuticals.
心当たりが
Have you heard of them before?
その名前を聞いたのも今が初めてよ。
No, that's the first time I've ever heard that name.
ねえセブン、どうしてクレイドル製薬が事件に関与してるって分かったの？
Seven, how did you find out that Cradle Pharmaceuticals was connected to the kidnappings in the first place?
被害者の接点をたどれば容疑者につながる犯罪捜査の常識だ
I figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does. That's also what Zero suggested at the very beginning of this game, right? That whatever was in common to all 9 of the people here was going to be what ultimately reveals, who the person that would actually be connected to or have the motivation to bring everyone here.
その接点っていうのは
What did they have in common?
行方不明になった子供たちには全員ある病院への通院歴があったんだよ。
Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point.
その病院の経営母体がクレイドル製薬のグループ企業だ。それでだ。
The hospital was one of a bunch that were under the control of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. After that, it was just about connecting the dots. The hospital.
病院か
The hospital. Now, Lotus, the mother of her daughters, hopefully can be like, oh, why were my kids at the hospital? And then can reveal that
そりゃ
information. But
その病院で聞き込みをしている間に
for a while, I was trying to get some kind of information out of the kids at the hospital.
何人もの子供たちから奇妙な証言が。
One of them told a weird story. What was it? Oh boy, here we go.
ガンツフェルト実験って知ってるか？
Have you heard about the Gansfeld experiment?
どう
No,
や
I
ら
have
子供
not.
たちは診療中にその実験をさせられたことがあったらしいんだ。
I guess these kids had to go through it while they were at the
カウン
hospital.
セリングと称して半ば強制的にな。
I think it was passed off as some sort of
教
counseling.
えてくれそれは一体どんな実験なんだ
What did you call it again?
ガンツフェルト実験ってのはな、
The Gansfeld experiment.
ガンツフェルト実験ってのはこんな内容だ。
This is how it's set up.
まず被験者 Q と A をそれぞれ遠く離れた別々の部屋に隔離する。
I love the music. The music changed, so this is clearly relevant to how we're going to need to perceive things going forward. But first up is Q&A. Q and A are put in separate rooms far away from one
次に
another.
Q に対してある映像を見せ、それを思念によって A に送るよう要請する。
Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send the images to subject A by thinking about them.
一方その頃 A はゆったりとしたリクライニングシートに座らされ、視界を覆うように目隠しをされている。
Subject A, on the other hand, is put in a large reclining chair and given a
そ
blindfold.
うして全ての感覚が遮断された状態で A は Q がどんな映像を見ているのかを当てるんだ。
With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at.
あ、それなら知ってるわ。
Of course you have, Lotus. Seems like everyone in this game has heard of all these experiments related to sending things telepathically through the morphogenetic field, if it's... or whatever it may be. Oh yes, I've heard of that.
確か有名なテレパシーの実験よね。
It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it? That said, of course, it's not to say that having heard of this experiment means that the experiment was one, successful, or two, that the results were, reproduced and such, but
テレパシー
telepathy?
この船で行われた実験と何か関係があるんじゃないのか
That's how the experiment on this ship was supposed to work.
人を意のままに操る実験ってやつね。
The experiment to control people, right?
テ
Yeah.
レパシーなんてそんな高等無形な現象が実在するかどうかはわからない
I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists.
クライドル製薬の連中はそれを信じてたのかも
That's what it sounds like. But maybe someone from Cradle Pharmaceuticals bought into it. Lotus grunted. Seven had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
もしも仮にそうだとしても
Even if that is the case,
今俺たちが巻き込まれている状況とどういう関係があるのかがわからねえな。
I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of this.
ノナリーゲームゼロ。俺たちが拉致されてきた理由
The Nonary game, Zero, why we were
それと
kidnapped.
テレパシーと一体どんなつながりがあるっていうんだ。
What does any of that have to do with
自分
telepathy?
から話を振っといてなんだが全くわけがわからね
I know I brought all this up, but I have no
え。何
idea.
も関係がないとは思えないんだが
Maybe none of this stuff is connected after all. I doubt that's true. It's possible, but I doubt it. Then, in that moment of silence... Oh boy. A cold voice echoed down from the
被
ceiling.
験者の設置が認識できません。1分後、電力の強制遮断を行います。
Great. No subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut down.
復旧には1時間のインターバルを要します。
System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour.
実験を開始する場合は速やかに被験者のセットを完了してください。
If you wish to proceed within the experiment or with the experiment, please see subject in the restraining device. So it obviously looks like a torture room. I do think they were doing some set of experiments to induce a danger-like state to much like the 999 or the Nonary game premise, right? Where you're able to induce this sort of telepathy-esque communication or experience via this dangerous situation. I also think that, which is part of why I think, there are torture tools and stuff. I think that the monitor being hooked up to the electrical chair with all the nodes and all that stuff, I think that rather than just to electrocute the person, I think that it's a means of trying to get whatever is being thought about, experienced in the person's mind to display on a monitor. I think that's what they're trying to do, but we'll see.
やばいんじゃねえか。
Whoa, that doesn't sound good. Yeah.
分かったわよ。座ればいいんでしょ、座れば。
Okay, I'm going.
別にそういう意味で言ったわけじゃ。
Oh, no, that's not what
い
we
いからさっさと動く。
Just hurry up and get it over
純平
with.
君、頼んだわよ。
Junpei, I'm counting on you.
ああ、わかった。
Right. Here we go, I guess. Lotus sat down on the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time, then made his way to the monitor.
ヤシロ、おかしなことがあったらすぐに言ってくれよ。
Lotus, please, tell me right away if you feel anything weird.
心配性ね。男をあげないと紫に愛想つかされるわよ。
You worry too much. Now get on with it and be a man, or June's gonna leave you. Lotus was putting on the best act she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she likely would have fallen down.
ヤシロ、
Lotus. Failure was not acceptable.
ってやるさ。
Okay, let's do this. It's got like that shonen protagonist, like, I can't let the sacrifices of my friends be all for vain. I've got to go 110%. Gotta go further beyond. Junpei took one last deep breath and stared at the monitor. Huh? Oh no! I've got to do something more? So... Alright. So I'm supposed to look at this in a 3D manner? Or am I literally just rotating it? So when I'm doing this, I'm only looking at the left two. And when I'm doing this, I'm only looking at the right two. And then after doing that... What? Calm down, Junpei. Just look at it carefully, alright? First off, the number of blocks ain't gonna change. All that's gonna change is the shape. Just like in the first game, you gotta match your pointy blocks to the ones up top. Huh? There are pointy blocks? When were there pointy blocks in the first game? Do you know how to figure out how many blocks change with each switch? Yeah, turn everything off, then just do one switch at a time, right? Close enough. You just gotta pay attention to how many blocks change. Oh god. Alright, Junpei. Looks like you've gotten matched the number of pointed blocks. You can rotate it to the left and right, but the switches work a little different. Just focus on how many blocks are changed when you press the switch. So, if I hit this switch... So there's... This is gonna be another nightmare. Oh man. I still don't get what I'm supposed to be matching. It sounds like it's supposed to be the bottom to top. Obviously that's a match. This is also a match. I don't know why that's not like... Like, why? Sure, let's check it. Oh, it's because of this. So... If I were to do this, for example, it should be... Huh? There's 3 here. There's 1 here. So this is where I'm confused. I'm supposed to match the pointy blocks on top. I do not get this at all. And now there's more options to deal with. There are 3 per switch. Off, and then setting 1, and then setting 2. So it's not like it's gonna be... Alright, let's see what the hint has to say. What does that do? The hint is on. What is that? That's a hint? It's telling me I need 4 on top and 4 on bottom? Or something like that? I don't know why. Specifically 4, but... Is the hint here? What? It's 7 and then 6 on bottom? I'm not getting it at all. It's just not. It is just not. So we had 4 there before. Let's go with... Wait, what? I didn't want to... Just keep it simple. This is just like the last one you did. Well, okay, it's pretty close. For instance, when the 1 switch is on, how many blocks turn pointy? Let's just say 2 of them, okay? And you press the 2 on another switch. 3 of them turn pointy. Using those 2 switches, you've made 5 blocks pointy. Makes sense? That's how you gotta solve it. I get it. I don't know why I'm aiming for certain numbers of pointy blocks relative to other ones, but... So, that's like 1 up there, 2, and then 2 over here, and 3 down there. What if I were to do this one? That adds 2 up there. And it adds 1 down there. Man, I feel like I should just have a notebook and be writing this out. Is there anything that detracts from them? See, like 1 and 2 don't make a difference between here, so let's see what the other side has to say. If I make this 2, for example, or this 1. How can I even get 7 up there? Let's take a look at whether or not any of these add 1. So when that's at 1, I think that does add 1 actually. No, that doesn't make much of a difference. There's 7, there's 6. Now but I need 4 over here. Do I have to do it like 1 step at a time? No. So that adds 1 up there. This adds 1 up there. This adds 2 down there. It's a bummer I'm gonna have to change these because I feel like that was what I already had going. The hint is telling me I should make all of the bottom ones pointy. And this one is telling me I should have 4 on top and 4 on bottom. I'm still not getting it at all, guys. I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm probably gonna mess around with this until I get it, and then I'll just continue, because I don't know. I don't know, man. So I think this is the 4 and 4, and then the 7 up here and the 6 down here. I don't know what I'm matching between the top and the bottom here. Like, what about this matches right now? I don't know. I'm not even seeing like something like a fraction that's being equated. Regardless, I think this is what the hint was telling me I needed. So I'll check it, and it works. I have no idea why. No idea how I was supposed to get there. Like, you know, you're just completely not in the loop when once you have the solution, you have no idea how the problem should have been solved. So, or rather, what the problem even was. So I don't know. Regardless, the experiment has concluded. The door will now unlock. I can hear the door unlocking. And now we've got a new message. Release subject from restraining device. Lotus, are you alright? Yes, I am. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I do think my life just got a little shorter. Speaking of life getting shorter, there was a study that came out that suggests that interns at their first year of residency after medical school have their DNA age 6 times faster than, well, the average person. How crazy is that? Talk about stress, right? Hold on, I'll get you out right away. Shouldn't take long for 7 of me to get her out of here. Let's get out of here now. Being a guinea pig is not for me. Darn straight. I don't ever want to see this thing again. So, clearly there was a puzzle mechanic in here. Clearly they tried to level it up with the second puzzle, but also clearly it went right over my head and I have no idea what it was aiming at. So we're gonna head out of here. We're gonna chalk this one up to cool looking room, but definitely my least favorite room to complete.
通路が奥に伸びてるな。
The hallway goes to the left.
でも扉一つ見当たらないわよ。
But I don't see any doors.
道なりに進むしかねえか。
Guess we just need to keep going.
行こう。
Right, let's go. But, unsurprisingly, we're going to go in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, I don't get the puzzle. Sorry if it's really frustrating for you. If this is like your favorite puzzle and I'm just not able to appreciate it, my bad. I don't know. I hope it doesn't detract from the entirety of your gameplay experience with 999 up until this point. I'm going to try not to let it get myself down, nevertheless. There's a lot of other really cool stuff to the episode, though. I think we got a lot of cool backstory for Lotus. We got to see her maternal side. We got to learn a little bit about her history. We got to see some connecting of the dots, right? Between Seven's backstory, Lotus's backstory, how it's tied to specifically this game, this ship. And puzzles are starting to come together, which is really cool in my opinion. So I did really enjoy that. And the room itself was pretty cool with the whole shark and the torture tools and everything. Kind of gets my my horror vibes going. So was pretty neat. But anyways, until the next episode, this is Moon Knight Zero, and this mission is complete.